Hey there, and welcome to MTG Meow, Magic Enjoyed Other Ways.
Yo!
I'm Scott.
And I'm Abbey.
And today we are continuing with Netropolis, and we are going to be doing a sealed event with it on planesculptors.net. So you guys are more than welcome to do your own sealed events of Netropolis and many, many other sets on planesculptors.net if you want to try it yourself. The link is in the description.
Yeah.
And yeah, what we're doing here is we're just basically get 6 boosters of Netropolis, and we build a sealed deck. And
exactly.
We're going to build one here. I'll be playing this deck, and then Abby and I will build another one that you guys won't see, and then we'll play the 2 sealed decks against each other and see what happens.
Yeah.
So just before we get started and see our pool, just thinking of a little bit of strategy here. So in our exhibition decks, we did hackers versus viruses, and the hack ability, I wasn't super impressed with it. So unless we can find like some hack cards that are like really good just on their own without hack, I don't think we're going to be going into hack. And then the second one was privilege versus the cyber warriors.
Yeah.
And what did you think of that, Abby?
Well, I think that that arm was a very powerful mechanic.
Yes,
and
for
it was perfect for an aggressive player like me.
Yeah. So I think what we learned from these drafts, I think arm mechanic is very good if we want to be aggressive, and upload was also very good.
Yeah,
the thing about upload is we needed to have a lot of mana, because mana was kind of the bottleneck there. We never had enough mana to pay the 2 to put it into our hand and then use the stuff. So I think either going in kind of a ramp deck with lots of ramp cards, because the ramp cards in your virus deck were very good, and the aggressive cards in your arm deck were also very good. So
right.
If we can go into ramp or aggro, I'll be very happy, but we'll see what our pool gives us. So let's go ahead and start this sealed event. Alright, here we are with our pool, so it's all over here right now. So let's go ahead and sort it by rarity first. We can see if we got any nice bombs or mythics or anything.
I hope so.
We always hope so. Alright, so, it looks like we got one mythic over here. We got Skyguard Champion, 5 mana, 5/5, flash, flying, prowess, protection from rebels and mutants.
That's pretty crazy.
That's really good. Just as a 5 mana, 5/5 flying. And
the sky is
prowess
mine.
And flash, yeah, geez. And then maybe rebels and mutants come up because they both seem like kind of sub-themes here. So yeah, that seems pretty good.
Wow.
Let's take a look at our other rares. We got
There's a rebel right there.
Andrew Von Extremist, first strike. All creatures attack each turn if able. Wow. Whenever an attacking creature dies, Andrew Von Extremist deals 1 damage to target player. So, interesting. That's a very aggressive card because it forces your opponent's creatures to attack. And if they don't want to be attacking, they want to be blocking, that's really good for you because then you can just get in. So, Possibility Portal, exile the top X cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery card with a converted mana cost X or less among them without paying its mana cost. Then put all cards exiled this way that weren't cast into your graveyard. Alright, I mean, that's not bad, but you need a lot of instants and sorceries for it to be good, and you need a lot of mana, so we'll see what happens. We have Rex, Loyal Companion. This is kind of a cool card. 4 mana, 4/5, pretty good right there. When it enters the battlefield, create a legendary 0/1 white human creature token named Zadie. As long as you control a creature named Zadie, Rex has lifelink and defender. So the creature, so it can't attack as long as Zadie's around, but once Zadie's gone, it can attack. So that's a pretty good card just on its own. I mean,
that's really good. I like that.
Yeah,
and the flavor is very cute.
Flavor is very cute. And worst comes to worst, it's just a 4/5 lifelink defender, which is great if we're being defensive. And it can also just attack if we can get rid of the token. So pretty cool. Sapien Sergeant, 4 mana, 4/4 vigilance with privilege. As long as you have more life, Sapien Sergeant gets +2/+2 as trample and attacks each turn if able. That's not bad. Again, I wasn't super impressed with the privilege mechanic, so we'll see how that goes. I do like the picture there, though, of kind of the spider robot monkey. And then we have Wrath of Maud.
Yes.
Great card. But again, uploading all the creatures is not nearly as good as destroying them if our goal is to get them off the battlefield.
It is pretty annoying, though.
This is pretty annoying. Alright, so cool. So we have a good blue-white card here. We have a very good red aggressive card. This is whatever. This probably will go into any deck we play. And then we have a pretty good green card and pretty good white card. So we have white, blue, and red, and green. So basically everything but black here.
Yeah, everything but black is looking pretty good.
So why don't we go ahead and sort by color, and we'll see what rest... Because even if we have bombs and like we have like the white, blue bomb, if we don't have anything else in white, blue, then we can't really play it. So let's take a look at what we have.
Oh, it's pretty even across the board except for green.
Yeah, wow, that's kind of crazy. But anyway, let's see what we have for white. We have Aerial Gunner. That was pretty good in your deck.
Yeah, that was really good.
Just the 0/1 comes in play. Arm It, flying, not bad. Cherubim Unit.
That was also good.
This is one of the privilege cards I was very happy with, because even as just a 6 mana 4/4 flyer, that's not the end of the world, you know? It's still pretty good. District Raid, creatures you control +2/+1, yeah, sure. We won't go over all the cards if we've seen them in the exhibitions, because we don't want to take forever. Latest Tech, enchanted creatures +1/+1 as lifelink, and you get a privilege bonus, yeah, not so happy.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Enforce Sergeant, we have 2 of those.
Yeah, those were good.
Those are pretty good, just as a 3 mana 2/3 that you can then arm your other guys later. Outfitted for Battle is a fine trick. Peacekeepers, fine vanilla card. Pre-Crime Agent. Pre-Crime Agent is pretty
that was really good.
I mean, all you need is any artifact, and then you get a 2-mana 2/3 first strike. Seems pretty good. Public Broadcast, each player uploads the top card of his or her library, then you gain 1 life for each upload card in exile. Sure, whatever. Skill Protector, not bad in the Privilege deck. Skyguard Angel, not bad as just a 2/4 flyer. Another artifact if you have synergies there. Sonic Scream, good artifact, good sideboard card. Viral Fame, like a bad Swords to Plowshares.
Yep.
Watch Droid, sure.
Yeah.
Having a low cost artifact is good for things like Pre-Crime Agent. So that way you can cast this for 2 mana if you get like the 1-drop artifact. So.
Exactly.
And Wrath of Mod. Alright, so white seems pretty good. We got some pretty good stuff here.
Yeah,
some
white
good
is pretty
things,
strong.
some good privilege things with the Cherubim unit. So yeah, not bad. Let's see what we have in blue. Access Denial, kind of an expensive and pretty bad counterspell. Calculate. I did like Calculate, and we have 2 of them, and it's good card filtering, good card advantage. Corporate Hacker, not super impressed with the hack ability, and this just lets you hack again and again, but again I wasn't really impressed with it. Psycore Engineer, decent ramp if you have like upload things, so artifacts. Right. Data Dig, again hacking stuff, more hacking stuff. Moderator's Discretion is a fine counterspell. Net Run, alright, target can't be blocked, gains prowess, meh. Got 2 of those. Skyguard Mech, costs 2 less to cast if you control an artifact.
That's pretty good.
So it would be a 4-mana 3/3 flyer. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it's nearly as good as the other one that we saw here, the Pre-Crime Agent.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good as that, but...
Yeah, alright, well, whatever. Skyguard Officer, 3-mana 2/2 flyer, sure, whatever. Unhindered Progress, sure. Virtual Reality, upload target creature. Like, again, it's kind of like the bad Swords to Plowshares over here, and that's it. Not impressed with blue. Gotta say, I just am not.
That's a bummer, because I was hoping it'd be a little bit stronger so we could have some good support from both colors for the Skyguard champion.
If we're playing this guy, I think I'm happy with white. But if we're playing this guy, I think he'd be just a splash for blue. So hopefully we get some mana fixing or something.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at black. So target +C+O, privilege bonus, barf. Not super excited.
Yeah.
Biker Punk, 3/1 haste. Yeah, sure. Bio Abomination, 6 mana, 4/6 menace. That's not a bad filler card. It's a decent finisher.
Yeah.
Blackwatch Intimidator, 3 mana 2/2, sack creature. Okay, it's good if we can make tokens. Brain Trust, upload 2 target creature cards from your graveyard.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but again, uploading, it comes at a cost. Paying that 2 mana to get into your hand, it's
it really
easy.
does. It really does drain you quickly.
Deadly Precision gives it first strike and death touch. It's a good trick. Malware is not a great removal spell, since again, as we saw, it can be kind of like a gamble. Memory Virus. So this is the one virus we didn't see from you when you were playing viruses, but it's probably one of the worst ones, actually, because by the time you hit 5 mana, your opponent's probably not going to have many cards in their hand anyway.
Yeah.
Prove Inferior, destroy target artifact creature or equip creature. So this is kind of like the 2-mana kill spell of the set, and it's not very good. I mean, it can kill like anything that has arm, like we saw with like Enforce Sergeant, but I don't know. It can't kill non-artifact creatures, so if you have just like a Toxic Leper or whatever over here, it's just not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's just a dead card at that point.
Rocketeer, it's whatever with more privilege bonus. Server Wipe, uploads 2 cards from his or her hand. Alright, so it's kind of like discard. And Turf Killing. So this now target non-artifact creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. So we have the way to kill non-artifact creatures and the way to kill artifact creatures. So black seems better than blue.
But not by much.
But that's about all I can say for it. You know, Prove Inferior's fine. Turf Killing's fine. Rocketeer's fine. Like if we can be super aggressive, but again, I'm not super excited about what I'm seeing there.
Right.
Let's see red. Again, I like this I'm not sure how to pronounce this guy.
Andrew Vaughn.
I'm going to say Andrew Vaughn. So yeah, I like him a lot. Armed Resistance. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Wow. That's pretty good with all the armed guys, like Aerial Gunner, just attack in the air, deals 1 damage thanks to the equipment, then it deals its own damage. That can stack pretty quickly. Demolish, destroy an artifact or land. Factory Recall, upload target artifact. If it was attached to a creature, deals 3 damage to that creature. So that's kind of like a good sideboard card against arm decks or whatever.
Exactly.
Firepower, arm a creature, hired hit. As an additional cost to hired hit, upload a card from your hand, deals 5 damage to target creature player. Okay, so that's a pretty good removal spell. It's basically just a 4 mana, deal 5 damage to a creature or player, since we are taking into the cost of 2 mana that you'd have to pay to get back whatever you upload. So not bad. Hole Punch, 3 damage target blocking creature. It's fine. Hunter Seekers, whatever. Junkyard Boss, sack an artifact, gets +2/+2. Sure, 2 of those. Signal Server, upload a card, add a bunch of mana.
Hey.
No thanks. Silicon Sentinel, sure. Street Thief, Prowess, okay, whatever. And Thrill Seekers can block only creatures with flying. Wow, okay, that's, I mean, just 3 mana 3/3 and reach. But I mean, if it was just 3 mana 3/3 can't block, that'd be fine. But this, you know, it can block something, so that's not bad.
Hey.
So yeah, red. Again, I'm not super impressed with red either.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be as strong as we would have liked it to be.
But it's better than black, and black is better than blue. So
yeah, so it's still it's not better than white, but you know, it's second place.
White's still far and away the best. All right, let's take a look at green.
Yeah.
We have District Ranger. Not a bad one for privilege as far as it goes. If you have privilege, it's a 3/4 for 3. Not bad.
Got two of them.
A natural end, sideboard card, Riot Mod Trooper, again, decent privilege. But as we saw in our games, privilege is hard to hold. Another decent privilege card with Sapien Sergeant here. Soylent Soaker.
That was a good one.
So good. I wish we had a bunch of these, but we only have one. Silt Strider. That's another really good one. Just a 4 mana 3/4 reach.
Yep.
Seems great. Titan unit.
Those are good too.
Again, just as being a 6/6 in this set just seems really big. Like a lot of the creatures are just, they feel smaller in this set. So having a 6/6 is good. And Toxic Leopard, you know, 2/1 Death Touch, not bad.
Yeah, I feel like white and green are our two strongest colors.
For sure, white and green feels the strongest. The only problem is like our strongest green cards, like Sapien Sergeant, Riot Mod Trooper, and like this guy have privilege. And as we saw, privilege is not that great, but let's see what we have over here. We have Escape Specimen. Other mutants you control get +1/+1 and have haste. How many mutants do we have here?
Not a lot if we do.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing any. Cyborg, human, soldier, rogue, mutant. Alright, so we got 1 mutant, 2 mutants, 3 mutants, 4 mutants, 5 mutants. That's not bad. If we go green-red, then it's something to consider.
Yeah.
Expansion plans, upload the top 3 cards of your library, then put any number of uploaded land cards you want onto the battlefield tapped. So, that's a juicy card advantage spell, but I don't think we're going to be playing blue. And then we have, of course, our Skyguard champion. Yeah. Now for our artifacts, we have Combustion Drive. Enters the battlefield, upload cards, sack it to put an upload card into your hand, so you get like a little discount on putting an uploaded card into your hand. Flamethrower, sure, gives the creature fire breathing. Hover Med, when it enters the battlefield, another creature gains indestructible and has flash. Okay, that's not bad. HUD goggles, whenever it attacks Scry 1, that's whatever. Enforestation White, wow, so we got our white Scry artifact land in our arguably best color, so that's really good. Possibility Portal, we saw Power Suit, gets +4/+1 and has Trample. Wow.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
the equip cost is kind of high, though.
The equip cost is high, but turning any creature, like even a 1/1 into a 5/5 for 4 mana, I mean, if you could just start playing 5/5s for 4 mana, that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's expensive and we can get blown out, but if we're just a little careful, this could be pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
All right, and then we have Rexlow Companion. All right, so what I think we should do here, I think we should start by taking out the things that we definitely don't want to play.
I'd say blue, black, and red, all of that.
Well, I'm not going to take out red just yet, and I'm not going to take out all of black just yet. The problem is, though, we didn't get any mana fixing. So we're basically just going to be surviving on whatever the cards in our deck have for us. So it's not like we can just splash a color very easily. We're going to want to be probably one main color and then maybe a splash color, so we'll have to see. Anyway, I'm going to take away these cards and then we'll come back when they're all nice and organized. Alright, so we basically removed all the cards that belong in the sideboard or that we're not super happy to play with, so we're basically left with these things. Again, white seems to be our strongest color. Let's take a look at what we have for black. We have Turf Killing and Proof Inferior. They're both basically, you know, they're fine removal spells, but like we said, we have no mana fixing. We have no dual lands, no artifacts that make multiple mana, or even in our green, the only thing we have is Soylent Soaker, and he only makes green. So we can't splash black, and since black has just so many other cards we're not interested in playing, unfortunately I think we gotta cut these.
Yep, so, get them out of here.
So the next question is, I really want to play white, because I think white has basically our best cards. The question is, are we going to pair it with red and be just kind of a super aggressive white-red deck that kind of tops out at 4 mana, except for maybe like Cherubim unit, or are we going to be a slightly bigger green-white deck that has, you know, a little bit of ramp and can afford to kind of play the slower game? So it's a real tough decision here, because it's made the more difficult by like Skyguard Champion, because I'd be more comfortable playing Skyguard Champion in like the white-green deck that's not afraid to take its time, be a bit more defensive,
I agree
play
with
bombs. But I really don't want to, because again, since we have no mana fix, I mean, to play this and splash it, we'd have to play 2 islands. I really don't want to play like 2 islands in a white-red deck, you know?
Right.
Because if we have our opening hand and it's all white and red cards and 2 islands, it's just going to be a mulligan and it's going to be terrible. But to make things even more complicated, again, if we play the green cards, because it seems obvious, like, oh yeah, play the green cards, play your bombs. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these cards have privilege. And without privilege, I mean, they're okay, like a 4 mana 4/4 Vigilance or a 5 mana 4/4 nothing. The only cards we have that really help us gain life is Public Broadcast, which is bleh, and Skilled Protector, which is fine, but it's not fantastic.
Right.
So it's a tough decision here. And there is the possibility that we could go green-red, and then we can play this Escape Specimen for our mutants, and then give them all haste, but I don't know, I feel like we're missing out on too many good things in white here.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think that the choice here is to just to sort of forego the Skyward Champion and just go white-red, because I feel like an aggressive deck is going to take you further than just a white-green with splash blue deck.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a really tough call, because we also have like the Rex, who's pretty good. Just, I mean, he's comparable to the Skyguard Champion. He doesn't have flying, but whatever. Oh, yeah, this is a tough call. Whether we go white-red or white-green, what do we do? All right, well, I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to, let's take a look at the white-green deck first. And the white-green deck, since I feel more comfortable playing this in, we're just going to move all these red cards to the sideboard, and we'll see just what the curve looks like. All right, so we've reorganized the decks to be just white-green. We have 27 cards, so minus 1 land, that's 26. We'd have to make like 3 cuts. But, you know, I mean, Public Broadcast, that'd probably be like somewhere around here. Viral Fame, that'd be somewhere around here, because we're not going to cast those on turn 1.
That's still a pretty good curve, though, I think.
Yeah, this would be somewhere around, I don't know, somewhere around here. District Ranger. I mean, again, I like the white-green deck, because I think it plays more power, just straight powerful things, like Silt Strider's good, Titan Unit's good. And any of our things, if we have privilege, they're going to be good. And it will be easier for us to have privilege because we have things like, you know, Aerial Gunner and Toxic Leopard to get in for damage. And the Soylent Soaker will make it easier for us to cast like our 6-drops with Cherubim Unit and Titan Unit and things like that. So, I mean, it's a little vanilla, like the setup that we have here, but it's not too shabby. What do you think about it, Abby?
You know, I like it too. To be honest, obviously I prefer a more aggressive deck, but from here, I mean, the curve is nice. The creatures that you have to put down are nice. They either fly or give you lifelink. You know, they all have something, or they're armed. So that's good. And on top of that, you can have the champion in this deck, and the champion is a really good card.
Yeah, because this deck is slower. I feel more comfortable playing it. All right, let's see what it looks like with white-red real quick. Alright, so here we have the white-red deck, and whoo, look at all these 1-drops we have here. So obviously we're not going to cast all of them on turn 1. This would be like over here, Hole Punch would be
on top of that, we'd have to make, what, like 6 cuts?
Well, yeah, we wouldn't need Public Broadcast since we're not interested in gaining life anymore. And we wouldn't need the Skilled Protector since we're not interested in that anymore. So we'd have to make, 7 cuts. But, I mean, this is very low to the curve. I mean, low to the ground here with its low curve. We have a bunch of 1-drop creatures. We got 2-drop creatures, some tricks, and then just a bunch of ways to get in. And then Andrew Vaughn. This card just seems insane to me. So it's like, first of all, it's first strike. All creatures attack each turn if able. So our opponent can just never block. And whenever an attacking creature dies, he deals 1 damage to our opponent. Like, wow. It just seems really good. I think, what do you think, Abby? Do you think this is a superior build here? And then we have Junkyard Boss, who can just get randomly bigger by sacrificing like the tokens that we make, the artifact tokens.
Right. So. I mean, like, obviously I like really aggressive decks, but I think I might like the deck that we had earlier with the white and the green.
Why?
It just seemed a little bit more balanced.
It did seem more balanced. It was definitely more synergistic. I think, the white-green one, because it had like the higher cost things, and we had a little bit of ramp, and it was just kind of the slower, more defensive deck. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I don't want to be a slow defensive deck with privilege cards in my deck. We saw what happened last time we did that.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and if you feel that way, your hand is on the mouse, so take this one.
Oh boy, this is one of the hardest sealed builds we've ever had, I think. All right, so let's take into account what we learned from our exhibition games.
Yes.
So in the exhibition games, when we were green-white, and we had the privilege cards, like, District Ranger, I didn't like having privilege when we were on the defensive. If we're on offensive, I think it's much easier to have privilege. But when you're on the defensive and you're going under attack, it's really hard to retain that privilege.
Really,
so I don't think I want to repeat the same mistake and be green-white privilege. I think it looks really nice. Like that curve that we saw there in the green-white deck looked really nice. Getting, the Riot Mod Trooper and the Sapien Sergeant on 4. I think those are great cards, but I just don't think we're going to have the privilege online again for them.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, when you have privilege, not only are you, like, protecting your life total normally, but you're protecting it so that way you can keep all of your guys online, and that's just kind of, like, that's more pressure added in that you don't need.
Yeah.
So.
And the only other option, I think green-white is off the table. The only other option would be green-red, and that would let us play the Escaped Specimen here, which is a pretty good lord. I mean, just as a 4-mana 3/3 haste is not bad, and then gives other mutants +1/+1 in haste. But then we'd have to abandon white.
Yeah.
And in white, I mean, we have a flyer here. We have one flyer here. We have 2 flyers here. We kind of have a oops reset button. We got a bunch more arm guys who, when they died, we can equip onto our flyers.
Exactly.
Pre-crime agent is good. And this district raid is just a great way to finish the game. And cherubim unit, again, is fantastic. So I don't think we're going to go green-red. And then we only had like 4 mutants, maybe 5.
Yeah, we only 4 or 5. I mean, which could go either way, but...
Alright, so I think we're going to stop pussyfooting around here, and we'll go with white-red. So we'll do that, and since we're playing without any privileged things, we don't need these awful game life cards. Skyward Champion, we'll see. Alright, so we currently have 28, -1 is 27.
So we need to make 4 cuts.
We need to make 4 cuts. So let's take a look at what we have here. I like our 1-drop. Viral Fame, upload a creature's controller gains life equal to stuff. I don't think we want that in this deck, because we don't want our opponent to gain life. We're an aggressive deck, and yeah, it gets rid of a creature that's in the way kind of temporarily, but we don't want them to gain life. We want to kill them. We're an aggro deck, you know?
Yeah.
So let's get rid of that for now. And we have Street Thief, 2/1 Prowess. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, with these tricks, it might be okay. Aerial Gunner's good. Andrew's good. Armed Resistance, whenever equipped creature attacks. So how many armed guys we have? We have 1... and then we have 2, and then we have 3, 4. Yeah, we got plenty. I think this is going to be pretty good. Thrill Seeker seems good. Firepower? It's okay. I mean, that works well with Armed Resistance. Gets another thing.
It's just another gun on the battlefield.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep it in for now. District Raid's good finisher. Hover Med, I don't think we need this in the aggressive deck. If we were playing the more defensive one, then sure. But
yeah, I don't think we need it either.
Here. Junkyard Boss seems like it can come out of nowhere and just kill our opponent with all of our artifact tokens. So that seems good. Power Suit. I don't think we can play this in this deck either.
Really?
Yeah, because we're already playing like a bunch of 5-drops, and we have the 6-drop here. We just don't want this around. We're not going to have the mana for it.
It's too heavy.
Yeah. Pre-Gram Agent's good. Rex?
I like Rex.
So it creates a 1/1 white human, so we can't sacrifice it to this to get rid of it. But we can equip the human and attack with it. So that gives our opponent kind of an ultimatum. Do they block the human and kill a creature potentially, or do they take the damage or kill the human and then the Rex becomes unlocked? So we'll keep it in for now. Skyward Angel, Wrath of Mod. I mean, again, this is a good oops, we need to reset the game button.
Yeah,
we'll keep it in for now. Hired Hit's good. Hole Punch is a fine trick. Peacekeeper, again, big creatures are just good in this set.
Yeah, Peacekeeper's really good.
Cherubim unit, yep. And now the big question: Skyguard Champion. Do we just throw 2 islands in this deck and call it a day? This does seem really powerful.
That's what Sealed is all about.
That is what Sealed is all about. And ooh, that curve just looks so nice.
Yeah, it's a very sexy curve.
All right, we need to cut one more card. So I think we need to cut one of these big ones here. Why is Hole Punch? Oh, it's because, we were thinking it'd be played around here. Maybe one of these 4-drops. Maybe we don't need 2 Junkyard Bosses.
Yeah, maybe we don't.
Since, we're not going to have a ton of things.
Cut it out.
It's either that or the Rex card, but I do like that.
Yeah, I like the Rex too, so I would cut the Junkyard Boss, honestly.
Alright, let's cut Junkyard Boss, because again, it's good if we have a lot of expendable artifacts, but if we don't, then it's not that great. So this leaves us with 23. It's like one more look. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3 good 1-drops. We have 2 decent 2-drops and a good trick. We have a bunch of good 3-drops.
Yeah, I've got a lot of really nice 3-drops.
And Firepower will probably be around there. Wrath of Mod. I'm not sure about this, but I like keeping it in. I want to kind of see how it works.
Yeah.
And again, Wrath of Mod is probably better for us than our opponent, because if our opponent has like a bunch of expensive creatures, it's going to take them longer to replay their stuff after they upload them into their hand. Whereas
it's
we have
like
a bunch
EDH where you get rid of your commander, you know?
Yeah, whereas we have just a bunch of 1s and 2s. So, all right. Again, Rex, I'm not certain about either, but we'll see how it performs. And yeah, I think I like everything else. I mean, Skyguard Champion. So Skyguard Champion, Rex, and Wrath of Mod are a little iffy, but yeah.
Yeah, they're strong cards in their own right.
We're testing out the set. We just want to see if this guy is something worth splashing for.
Yeah.
So, all right. Whew. That was a tough sealed build. That was
very tough.
That was one of the toughest sealed builds I think we've had yet, but we came through it in the end. So this is the deck that I will be playing. What Abby and I will do next is we'll do a sealed deck of her own, and she'll play that deck. We'll smash them against each other, and we will see what happens.
Let's try it.